Picture this. While Washington slaps sanctions on Moscow, New Delhi is quietly filling its tanks with Russian crude. And they are not apologizing for it. India has gone from buying barely 2.5% of its oil from Russia before the Ukraine war to becoming Moscow's second largest oil customer after China. We are talking about a 70-fold increase. That's not an accident. That is a strategy. Here's what Trump doesn't want you to know. Even as he doubled tariffs on Indian goods to 50%, specifically to punish this oil trade, India imported $3.6 billion worth of Russian crude just this January.
Russia sustainably provides energy to India, as well as everything that is required for the development of the Indian energy sector. We will continue to provide all kinds of fuels for the Indian economy. And this is not all. There is a flagship project for the creation of a nuclear power plant in India. Already 2 out of 6 power units are already part of the Indian energy grid. And bringing the remaining 4 online will be a great contribution to strengthening the Indian energy sector, providing to the Indian households clean and accessible energy.
Why? Because Russia is selling at $35 per barrel when global prices hover around $62. That's nearly half price. For an energy-hungry economy of 1.4 billion people, that's not just a good deal, it's billions saved. Trump claims Modi promised to stop buying Russian oil during an October meeting. Putin laughed it off. Literally, he pointed out the hypocrisy. The United States itself still buys nuclear fuel from us, Putin said during his Delhi visit last week. America imported over $1 billion in Russian uranium in 2023 alone.
You know, I never give character assessments about my colleagues. Neither those I've worked with in the past, nor current leaders of individual states. These assessments should be made by citizens who vote for their leader during elections. As for India's purchases or purchase of energy resources from Russia, well, I would like to note, and have already mentioned this publicly once, the United States itself still buys nuclear fuel from us for its own nuclear power plants. That is also fuel, uranium for the reactors operating in the United States. If the US has the right to buy our fuel, why shouldn't India have the same privilege? This question deserves thorough examination, and we stand ready to discuss it, including with President Trump.
India's message is clear. If Washington gets to pick and choose which Russian commodities to buy, so does New Delhi. When the US sanctioned Russia's biggest oil giants Rosneft and Lukoil in October, India did not back down. They ramped up purchases before the deadline, securing supply. Then they pivoted to unsanctioned Russian companies and shadow fleets to keep the oil flowing. This is not just about oil, it's about sovereignty. India is signaling it won't be bullied into economic decisions that hurt its national interests. The Kremlin said it plainly. India as a sovereign state will buy energy where it's beneficial for India. Washington's trying to wage economic warfare on Russia, but it needs partners. India's refusal to play along exposes a hard truth. America's sanctions only work when everyone complies. And major powers like India, they are not complying. So while Trump tweets about winning and Modi smiles for diplomatic photos, tankers full of Russian crude keep docking at Indian ports. Because in geopolitics, it's not about what you say in press conferences. It's about what shows up in the ledger. India's betting that cheap oil today is worth American pressure tomorrow. And so far, that bet's paying off. With Debangna Datta, Bureau Report, India Today Global.